Are we allowed to play Kingdom Death at the wedding? Hello, friends. We should be live. We should be here, ready to go, playing more Kingdom Death. What a wonderful time. I'm excited. Last night's stream was quite frantic. We played only 2 Lanterniers. It took 3 hours because we had a lot of chats going on. Hey, Militides. We had a lot of chats going on, and I think I did a reasonable job of navigating, playing, and also talking about Miniature Masters. And if the same happens again tonight, great. I'm excited to do so. But understandably, I missed maybe 1 or 2 things. The one that has jumped out at me is that one of my characters suffered deaf, severe head injury. That was Britney Spears. When you suffer a severe injury because of malus mandala, or whatever it is, you actually have to do a roll for a thing. So I'm going to roll this and see if I roll 9+, and if I do, I'm going to give myself a Parasite Queen thing. It's a 7. Okay, we don't have to. Whew. That would have been fun though. So, yeah, Lantern Year 3. If you're playing Ark Survivors in Lantern Year 3, it's one of those, yeah, it was from the trap. It's one of those moments where you have this really difficult decision to make. In Ark Survivors, you have this collective cognition curve that you're looking to maintain, so that you get maximum value out of your collective cognition, and you gain all of the milestones as soon as possible. And the key milestones you're looking to get early is collective cognition reward 8. So that allows you to remove the starting knowledges from your deck, and it also gives you the ability to take weapon proficiencies at collective cognition reward 8. In the prologue, you get 1 collective cognition. In Lantern Year 1, you get 1 collective cognition. And in Lantern Year 2, you get 1 collective cognition. So that puts you on 3 collective cognition, assuming you hunt your level 2, your node 2 monster in Lantern Year 2. Bringing you to this crazy node 3, or Lantern Year 3 choice. So if you hunt a node 2 at this moment, you will score 2 collective cognition, taking you to 5. And then in Lantern Year 4, you face off against the Butcher or the Pariah, and assuming you win that, you get 3 collective cognition, taking you to 8. So that is a really significant break point. If you instead go for a level 1 in this year, then you do not get that, and you're forcing yourself to take another year. And Kingdom Death campaigns are very much like a snowball rolling down a hill. If you get enough momentum early, it snowballs into a really strong campaign. When you don't get that roll on, that's when hey Lorenzo, yeah, Red Witches. Yeah, so if you don't, and it's, so being able to snowball from an early game into a late game is one of the things that I think people probably watch me do and don't really understand. I know Amalia was saying to me the other day, I don't know how you get your campaigns, and that's just it, knowing those little things. Coming back to this situation, we don't have a collective cognition curve. And so the only incentive for going for higher level monsters is you're trying to chase more resources. It's not a big enough resource swing. If we go over here and have a look, the Smog Singers are more lucrative than most. You get 5 basic and 6 Smog Singers, so you're getting an extra 3 resources for a huge uptick in potential damage and potential death. So there is no incentive to pushing a level 2 when you're using normal survivors at this point in time. And I really think that's one of Ark Survivor's strongest bonuses, and one of the reasons why I like them so much, because they really do put you in this, encourage you to chase things before you want to, And if you're good enough, that'll be highly lucrative. But if you're not good enough, or if something goes against you, that will put your campaign on the ropes. And I think that's really exciting. Anyway, the reason I say this is we're fighting level 1. I don't think there's any value in fighting level 2. We just don't need to. We don't have enough armor, I don't think, to justify risking it. We've used all of our stones, so there's no easy freebies. So yeah, I think we're just going to take on a level 1, go crit fishing, see if we can pick up a few resources that way. And yeah, eventually, when we feel ready, we'll take on a level 2. We have probably got the offensive output right now, but I don't think we've got the defensive output. So, Lorenzo, I don't. Amalia wants to maybe stream a campaign on the simulator with me, and that would be a lot of fun. She's she said to me the other night she wants to have some stuff in her life that she doesn't film, and I like that. So, if we don't end up doing it, I think that'll be totally fine. Thanks, Pasadon Toast, maybe. I really enjoy your comment. But yes, these campaigns I do tend to do at a time that will usually work for most of my friends in Europe, with a caveat that you'll be at work. So if you've got the ability to just pop in a little earphone and listen to Deno while you're working, what a treat. What an absolute treat. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to depart to fight these little level 1 smoggos and have a cool time. And as always, friends, if you do want to talk about miniature masters, happy to do so. I have scheduled a video on Sunday morning to talk about the whole experience, and it should be a lot of fun. I've been preparing all of my photos for it this afternoon. Photos, videos, etc. Okay, so we are going on. Now, I do not have a 4th instrument. I've got the whisker harp, I've got the ham fluter, I've got the rawhide drum, which I'm actually putting here. So we just don't have an instrument on this character. Everyone else is instrumental. But we're going to get the band back together very soon, I promise. Okay, so we have departed. So we'll nip over here. We've got our usual dealio. Here's us, the champions of the world. Here's the smoggos. Hey, Gian. Here is our things, which now has bone eaters. If we have to face bone eaters, won't that be interesting? All right, so our first one is a random event. 24. In case you're just catching up with the campaign now, we've had an absolutely red hot start. We've got resources coming out the wazoo. We've hit all 3 of the key milestones I look for early, which is death, birth, and society. So it's all tracking extremely positively. Indeed, we will get a better instrument than this fucking drum. 24. Food from the mouths of others. The survivors pass a stone face that appears to be holding something in its mouth. The event revealer investigates. Brittany gains a courage. I can show you a picture of the kitchen. I'm chuffed with it, actually. Brittany's just gained a courage, which means she's going to become awaken. Where's my phone at? Here it is. Yeah, so this is what Mossy sent me some pictures of the kitchen before and after, so we'll use those, I reckon. Finding it. Stand by. All right. I think this camera's going to be fine. So yeah, so this is the old kitchen. Is that going to work? Yeah, so this is the old kitchen. The kitchen's from like from the 80s, I think, when it was originally built. And it's nice enough. But the cabinetry was all getting a bit old. And the main reason we're doing it is this little thing here. So this is the pantry. and that door is like a foot wide. So Big Deno could not fit in the pantry. So it was real annoying. And then also, oh, forget about that. Then this bench. Mossy's sending me funny pictures. This bench, go Deno, go. This bench has a curve. It's got a big bend in it, and it's also made of melamine. So the boys ripped everything out, and we got that pantry ripped apart, and actually turned that into normal usable space. And this is what the new thing looks like. That's the tiling. We've got to do it. Hey, Mohammed. So yeah, so we got this straight bench. This is now a nice crystal grey. All new stuff. And this is now a pantry that you can open, and it's got drawers and stuff, which is great. And then I'll show you what the splashback looks like now, because that only went up a couple of days ago. So here's the splashback, or the backsplash, depending on where you're from. So we picked out these nice tiles, nice sort of greeny grey tiles, which is cool. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. It's the flooring's going in next week, which is good. Thank you, Cam. Yes, it's been good. It's been good. It hasn't actually been good. It's been tragic. Most people would say that renovations are awful, and I concur. But a big change. So it's the only thing that was left in the house when we bought the house last year. Last year. The bathrooms were done. All of the bedrooms were done. New carpet, freshly painted walls, but the kitchen was just the old kitchen. So the people we bought it from actually moved nearby, so we've chatted to them a little bit, and yeah, we're going to invite them over when the kitchen's done. They'll love it. They'll be chuffed. Yeah. Okay. Happy Friday, Cam. We've got food from the mouths of others. So first of all, we got a courage. Hey there, David. We've got a courage for investigating. And then we're going to roll this dice, and we're going to get a 7, which is more rocks. What did you expect? Gain 1 founding stone. That's nice. Cheeky founding stone. Hey, match fixer. All right, so I'll grab a founding stone. I'm going to have to archive a piece of gear if I want to take that. That sucks. Maybe I won't take that. I don't really want to archive any of my gear at this point in time. I don't think I need a founding stone. No, not Midnight's Children. We've got Awake. So when you do the People of the Stars, instead of doing Bold or Insight, you do Awake for both. So we have a courage roll, and we'll roll a dice for our courage roll. And we roll a 5. So a 5 is gain a permanent strength, a random fighting art, and the reincarnated surname. So Britney Spears reincarnated. And the wonderful scribe actually picks that up, which is so cool. I love it. Another permanent strength, taking it as strength 3, which has aligned her up in the storm attribute as well. And the random fighting art, let's roll that. We are going to get 1 random fighting art. We get Rhythm Chaser. It's actually pretty good in this situation. She's the only one without an instrument though, of course. Cool. So that's the end of food from the mouths of others. We will now flip this one. And we have a flat corpse. Nominate the survivor with the most understanding to investigate. Chris Brown doesn't have any understanding. Madonna has 1. So it will be Madonna. Madonna goes forth to the flat corpse and investigates. Madonna, she's a material girl, and she skips the next hunt space. Oh, we get to use otherworldly luck. I'm going to do that instead. Oh, yeah, Freddy's not here. Yeah. Pink flesh. Perfect. Last one is sensory overload. The event revealer rolls 1d10 and adds +1 for each instance of noisy gear. So we shall roll a 4, which becomes a 5, which unfortunately is still roll on the random hunt table twice. So we shall do that. And this is Madonna who is doing this. So the first roll is an 89. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights. Cleaner birds. Nobody has a whip, do they? We have a whisker harp. We can play a song for them. Fuck off, cleaner birds. Okay. So we determine a straggler. So Madonna rolls a 6. Miles Davis rolls a 1. Next person rolls a 3 and doesn't roll a 1. It has to roll a 1. Is it both straight? The lowest scoring, so I roll off in case of ties. So Chris Brown, 3. Miles Davis, 9. So Chris Brown has been whipped by the straggler birds to gain a -1 speed and a +1 luck. I need you, boo. And we'll roll again on the table. I gotta see you, boo. 64, it's nearly another statue. Stone Fountain. Any survivor may consume from the stone fountain. They gain a courage and roll 1d10. So I think we'll just do it with everyone because the risk is you get hemophobia and 1 brain damage. And the brain damage doesn't really bother me. So yeah, I think we'll do that. We will take a courage on everyone and we'll roll a dice. So Britney Spears reincarnated rolls a 5. She gains it's water, it's refreshing. Chris Brown, he rolls a 6. It's water, it's refreshing. Madonna rolls a 10. Madonna gains a survival. What a jet. And I'm actually thinking I don't need to put the Dry Decanters here, so I'm going to take the Founding Stone. I'm going to put that there and give her 2 survival. Very good. And then the last person is Miles Davis. Miles rolls a 3, which is hemophobia and monster level brain damage. Miles Davis with the broken rib and the hemophobia. What a guy. Cool. So I'll just get out my thing and then we make it to the monster. I need you, boo. I gotta see you, boo. When this heart's all over the world tonight. Say this heart's all over the world tonight. Oh, whoa. Babe. Cool. These guys are only toughness 7, and I have basically wounding on 2s with everyone. So what we're really looking for though is the crits. So fist and tooth and crits and all that stuff. Very good. So Miles Davis, Britney Spears reincarnated, Madonna, and Chris Brown. With a lover and life who feels. Now we'll just go through the apply arrival bonuses. So everyone gets a survival from the rawhide or the whisker harp, and everyone gets an insanity from the rawhide drum. It's funny, I'm actually really enjoying both of those things at the moment. I'm sure I won't be enjoying them when when we roll a harvester roll. But for the moment, those are actually some pretty neat benefits. Like if the whisker harp just said, no, it says on arrival, all survivors gain 1 survival. On arrival, all survivors gain 1 insanity. Doesn't say anything about deafness there. So yeah, I think it's interesting because if this whisker harp said 2 resources for everyone to get a survival on arrival, you'd probably think about that in the early game. You probably would. I haven't rolled Harvester for 3 games, 3 entire campaigns. So we are a certainty to roll it in this campaign. What are they doing to us? What are they starting off with? Theremin Theater. It's like you have stone noses on everyone. Exactly. Pretty good. Ooh, a little move and synchronic attack. Closest guilty threat. There is no guilty threats because you need to have 3 guilt tokens. And so they do Song of Smog, which is the smog singers look upward, mewling. Is that what it is? No, Song of Smog? Here. The monster moves 3 spaces away from as many survivors as possible and assumes a peaceful pose. The monster is knocked down. If you wound a knockdown smog singer this round, gain an additional guilt token. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I've got to roll. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I'm doing really bad with my terrain. I've got to flip another terrain card. So we've got our fog, and then we've got one more. Is that right? One more. We have a toppled pillar. I shan't be pulling that out. That does not bother me. I should pull out the incense though. So what can we get out of that? We can get a crystal ember and a courage. Yeah. That's worth a dip. It's worth a dip, I think. We'll give it to the guy who's got courage 2, which is Miles Davis. Actually, he can shoot his bow. So yeah, we can give the catgut range bow accuracy by +2. It's range 6. Hey, Mohammed, what would you like me to teach you how to play? I'm not a very good teacher, I would say, in general. I would say that you're probably better off learning from someone who knows how to teach well. But yeah, it's something I wanted to do with Mossy. I wanted to make Mossy play a campaign with me, or at least the first story, and see how she enjoyed that experience. Just roll a lantern 10 is very good advice. I just remember Brittany's got an extra evasion from the evasion token that she started the year with because of something that she rolled. Does Awake give us those other rules? It doesn't, does it? Yeah, you don't get the special abilities. Okay. So I'm range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm out of range to use my bow. We don't have anything to do this turn, so might just go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to try and grab the smog. So he'll just roll a dice. He rolls a 1. Scared of the fumes, you suffer 1 brain damage and are knocked down. Miles! No! No Tinkers is a bit painful. Yogi Bear is absolutely spot on. The introductory part of the book is very great. Hello, Lex Chris. I might just sort of move everyone a little bit closer and then we'll call it a round, I think. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Cool. What's our next AI card? It is Soulful Soliloquy. These little smoggos doing their musical stuff, little guys. Closest threat, Intimidate. What a dumb card. The monster turns to face the target and whispers a beautiful vapor in the atmosphere. You break into a heaving, sobbing wreck, saturated in snot and tears. You pull yourself together, gain 2 guilt tokens, and archive all soluble gear. That sucks. Do I have any soluble gear on her? Don't think so. Any soluble gear anywhere else? Consumable? No. Okay. So I think it's because it's threat as the primary target. We're going to have 4 guilt tokens on her. She's the closest threat for those 2. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll make it Madonna. So that's just a bit bullshit, really. Okay, it's time to bring the heat. Who do we start with? Let's go Madonna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Madonna will roll an attack with the scrap sword. Yeah, sure. Scrap sword. Oh, yeah. 2 1s. All right, Madonna. You can have a surge. With love and life, who feels what I feel when I... She'll do it with again with the scrap sword. She rolls a 7 and a 2. So the 7 is going to hit. The 2 is not. We get a reflex we can pursue as long as we don't critical. We do critical. The monster crumples with a wheeze. It suffers knockback 4 and is knocked down. All other survivors gain a guilt token. Well, that's a load of shit in my book. Absolute load of shit. 1 wound, guilt token, guilt token, guilt token. Taking their first wound down. So it moves 4 spaces away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we will pursue. Monster's knocked down, so we'll draw another hit card, and it is, we ignore this wound reaction because he's knocked down. But that is still a wound, so the velvet chest. I think Miles Davis will have a shot, but yeah, we'll do Miles Davis. So he's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's in range. He's -1 speed, so Miles, he'll just might as well use the Catgut Bow's ability to get +2 accuracy. So he's going to be hitting on a 4+ on the Catgut Bow. Rolls a 6, which is a hit. And we get a first strike. Reroll your successful hits with -2 accuracy. What did we need? A 4? +2 accuracy. So 7, 6, 5, 4 goes to a 6. So we miss. Boo. That would have been nice. Okay, Miles is done. Let's do the only other person who can. So 1, 2, 3, 4. She'll use Katars. We're very deadly with our Katars. So 2 speed, hitting on a... On arrival, gain an evasion token. She actually gets another evasion token. That's cool. Rhythm Chaser, not bad. So the Katars are going to hit on a 6+. We roll 3 and a 1. She'll surge. She rolls a 9 and a 6, so that's 2 hits. Does she get her survival back from surging? She does not. Surge. 2 hits. Hiya. A first strike. Hiya. And a reflex. We suffer 1 vibration damage. We'll put that on the legs. Critting on a 9. 8. 7, 6, 7. That's a 2. It's not a crit, but it is a wound. Because she is strength 3. So this one has a reflex. Oh. It's a 9, so that's a critical. The monster begins to anxiously gasp for air. The smog around you starts to thin. All survivors gain a +1 accuracy token. No fragile. I don't think we have any fragile at the moment. Nope, no fragile. So gain a random smoggo, and everyone gains an accuracy token. That's very tasty. Good one, Brittany. It's Brittany, bitch. Can you blow my whistle, baby, let me know. And the wound. That's going to be it for this turn. We don't have to do our singing, but we do have to gain a guilt token. Smoggo's turn. They have True Kiss, the closest threat. Cool. So the closest threat is going to be here. So Madonna is going to have the Smog Singer's turn to face her. this Smog Singer is going to turn to face her, and this Smoggo is going to go here. So the Smog Singer full moves to the target. If adjacent, the monster gingerly embraces them. They pull the survivor in for a kiss that fills the survivor's lungs and belly with heavy smog. Roll 1d10. On a 3+, the target belches gouts of smog and then begins to sing. So Madonna begins to sing, so she flips this over. A song of shame. Wow, she suffers -1 strength, movement, evasion, and speed. That's tragic. She'll then get another one. She does. So she has gained a guilt token again. I'm interested. Miltiades is Greek or Cypriot? Which one? And Brittany. Brittany doesn't have to do it. Cool. Okay, well, let's do her. She's -1 movement, strength, evasion, and speed. So let's swing with the scrap sword. It's 1 speed. She rolls a 1. She'll surge. Madonna rolls a 4. Which actually is a hit. Go, Madonna. She flips an impervious super dense. Let's see if we can get a gaseous belly on a critical. No, it's a 6. If adjacent, you suffer bash and knockback 6, and you gain an insanity. Knockback 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chris Brown definitely moved forward 2 spaces last turn. So let's do Chris Brown. He'll move to there. Chris Brown's going to swing with fist and tooth. Sure. A 9 and a 7. Oof. Chris Brown. I need you, boo. Oh, he's got -1 speed. Both of those hit, but he only gets 1 hit. I gotta see you, boo, when the heart's all over the world tonight. Said there's hearts all over the world tonight. 6 is a wound because of his 2 strength. It would have been a wound anyway. But it's not a crit, so we'll just do a wound, and we'll gain a guilt token on Chris Brown. Does Chris Brown surge? Sure. Just 1 surge wouldn't hurt. Oh, that was a 10. We'll see what I get. It's a 6. If you have 7+ guilt tokens, we do not. So we're critting on a 9. Oh. Gain a random monster resource. So that says, if you have 3+ guilt tokens, full move towards the monster. If adjacent, you rip out its eye, stalk and all. All other survivors gain a guilt token. Then archive this hit location and inflict an additional wound for every 3 guilt tokens you have. 1, 2, 3. So we do 2 wounds. 1, 2. Chris Brown. A delicate hand. Madonna is done. Chris Brown is done. Miles Davis will have a shot with his bow. Single shot. Rolls a 6, so that's a hit. I should just mark his proficiency point and Brittany's proficiency point. And she will swing with the guitars. She rolls 1 hit. It's Brittany, bitch. Brittany crits. Boom. Brittany's got a lot of things. Gain a Smog Singer's a resource. In fear, the monster signals a plan with its bloodied forearms. Reveal the next hit location. Cool. And gain another monster resource. Tail flaps. We have a lot of guilt tokens here, but we do have... Yeah, we've got 8 guilt tokens. Do we sing and stop the potential song of murder from murdering us? I think we do. So we'll flip our song card, and it is a song of pain. That's good. That's a good one to get, because we are not going to suffer any severe injuries. A song of pain. Does she gain a survival back from my rawhide set? It's a 1. Yeah, cool. So we'll do this card. An acoustical greeting. The adjacent threat, we're going to move and synchronic attack. So this guy's going to go to here, here, here. All already in place. So the first person is this one. So they're rolling on a 4+, but Chris Brown has evasion 1. So this is on 5s. We roll 1 hit. So that's 1 damage, vibration damage. And then the other one rolls another hit. So that's 2 points of vibration damage on Chris Brown. We'll go the body and the head. And then on Brittany, a 2 and a 9, that's 1. I'm having a good time. And we'll just put 1 on the arms. Can't dodge synchronic attacks. Isn't that interesting? 5 wounds remaining. We're going to get to Tyrant next, mate. We're going to be excited about the Tyrant. Brittany will swing with the guitar. She rolls 2 hits. Yep. So that's a fail, and that's a wound, but it's a reflex. So we are going to have real top 5 hit location and shuffle them. Discard any that are not traps. Oh, that Song of Murder was next. So that one goes back on the deck. This goes here, and then we shuffle. I do love a little bit of cheeky Kingdom Death while at work, while watching people play Kingdom Death. How fun. Okay, we'll surge again. We did 1 wound there, so that's 1 guilt token. 2 hits, yes, because of backs, blinds, whatever. 2 hits. No Song of Murder. This one has a wound reaction. Critical. Gain a random resource. Vocal cords. Another guilt token. Talasna the Heartless. Thank you. I too loved my diorama. Second one. It's a wound, but not a critical. We may pursue, so we will pursue. And we'll flip this, and it is not Song of Murder. But that is a critical, so the Smog Singers gain a -1 movement token. The playing on the, I'd love to play on the sim. Vocal cords could be, yeah. I haven't played on the sim. I think Militides plays on the sim. We've got a few people watching here that play on the sim. 2 wounds to go. Chris Brown's going to swing with the ham fluter. He rolls 1 singular hit. Chris Brown, 2+. Rolls a crit. Gain an additional guilt token. Remove the wounded Smog Singer and archive this card. Chris Brown needs you, boo. Not a failure. I need to do 1 wound. There is only 4 cards in the deck. I'm a 1 in 4 chance. I'll shoot with Miles Davis and the bow. That's a risk because it does trigger everyone to come. Maybe if I move away. With Chris Brown, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's Madonna got again? She's got a scrap sword. She's -1 speed, so maybe we will do Madonna. Madonna will swing with the scrap sword. We've got Rihanna in the settlement as well. I'm hoping that nothing awful happens. It was Song of Murder. Great decision from the Danielson. Okay. So Madonna has 2 guilt tokens, and she has a Dry Decanthus. And it's just going to be her that triggers the thing. So we'll go over here and check emotional damage. And then Miles Davis can just shoot the last wound that we require, hopefully. So 2, she's got 3 actually, so she's going to do death, but we're going to archive the Dry Decanthus. Hey, Chuckle instead. She might as well surge actually while she's here. She hits. Yeah, Clothed and Satiated is a delight, but we're okay. I do think Smoggos are one of the more interesting designs that they've come up with. When I first played the Gambler's Chest, I hated Smog Singers. I was like, they are the worst. It is a severe, yes. Let's do a roll for a Parasite. So on a 9+, do we get a Parasite? No, it's a 7. This is the hit from the Scrap Sword. We've got 3 guilt tokens. It's a wound, it's not a critical. We finish the job. A lucrative hunt in terms of resources from the Smogs. We pick up 4 more and then 4 basic. Pink flesh, yes. A fluted bone. More pink flesh. Gaseous belly, pink flesh, fluted bone. 4 basics. We've got Tyrant now. Very exciting. I haven't fought Tyrant in forever. A Broken Lantern, Monster Organ, a Broken Lantern, and a Monster Bone. We've really short on hide this campaign. We've been really short on hide. And that's always an interesting part of this game when you have all of these different variables, how those things come out and impact you as you move through your gear progression. We'll return and advance the year. No one picked up an age milestone. Chris Brown and Madonna both still hunting for their age milestone. Would be nice to get a bonus speed. Talasna, it is actually sitting up behind me. You probably can't see it right now, but it's just literally right behind me up there. And it's all painted, which I was very pleased with. And I think it'll be nice when I feel the vibes for it, because at the moment, I don't know, something about it hasn't grabbed me. The campaign thing seems quite interesting. Fenn's a big fan of the game, and that's usually a good indicator that I will like it. I just haven't. Oh shit, Dano, what are you doing? I just haven't played it. I haven't found the urge to play it yet, but I definitely think I will. So soon. It's a very difficult game to film. You are correct. And I have a lot of cameras, and I have a lot of space, and I still struggled to film it. It was crazy how much I struggled. Okay, I haven't done any of my things, but I'm just putting these in because I'm completely disorganized tonight. Fluted bone, gaseous belly, fluted bone. We might actually go for some pink flesh, some freebies. Singing tongue, delicate hand, pink flesh, vocal cords, tail fat, whistle tooth. Yeah, I reckon we're 1 short of making the full set. 1 pink flesh short of making the full set, I believe. Could be wrong. What are our timeline events we have coming up in this year? We have the Tyrant level 1, which means we don't have to do a timeline event. We just have to do our settlement event. Wish us luck in this, the worst part of the game when you do not have a Scout Lantern. The worst part of the game. Yeah, Hide Paw for Innovations is also pretty Rubbish. But we're going to get some free innovations right now because we've got Fluted Bone and 2 Otherworldly Luck people in the settlement. Which pile? 1 to 5. It's this pile. We'll split it again. Which pile? 1 to 5. It's this pile. How many cards are we going to count down? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Glossolalia. All right. Nominate 1 survivor. I will nominate Miles Davis. I nominate Miles with his bow 2. Miles rolls a 1. The survivor begins to argue endlessly with everyone, -3 endeavours. That seems moderately shithouse. Cool. So our hide situation is very tragic, but we have a bone and an organ for an innovate. The question is, what do we want to craft here? So the pink flesh, we definitely want to make the other bits. The delicate hand might be the hide that we use. And then we've got a perfect hide. Oof. So let's just see what we can craft from the Colosseum. So the pantaloons are definitely what we want. And we'll just use a tail fat for that. The gloves requires a delicate hand. Oh, I think we're going to do it. And then we'll use a tail fat for that. And then, yeah, singing boots requires a pink flesh and a perfect hide. Okay, that is a worthwhile. Oh, but then we can't make the fucking. Then we can't innovate. Oh. That's tough. That is tough. Tough choice. I think I want the innovation more than anything else. I don't need the ballad, but the +1 armor set bonus is nice. Having the pants makes the hat come online too, and the hat being online is very nice. So I think we're going to take the innovation, and I think we will actually use the perfect hide for the innovation. Does he give out any stuff? I don't think he does he? He's not like the butcher who generously donates stuff to us. No. What a dickhead. Okay. Hello, Hasturner. The king in yellow himself. Yep, all right, we're going to take the innovation. We're not going to make that, that top piece of boots. So innovate using our perfect hide. And we then have plenty of bone, organ, and scrap. So, however, before I do the innovate, I am actually going to use my fluted bone. So we have a number of fluted bone over here. And the fluted bone are getting changed, I think. I think actually as a direct result of me. I think Taste has confirmed that I am the reason for this getting changed. So you can roll a dice, and on an 8+ you can gain any music innovation from the innovation deck. We've got lifetime rerolls. For me, this is the most value use of a lifetime reroll ever. It's an 8+ for a free innovation. So an 8+ is a 30% chance, 3 options out of 10. So when you add two 30% chances together, you get to about a 45% chance. So basically using a fluted bone with a reroll is a 50-50 of getting a free innovation with no downside. Why would you not do that every opportunity ever? And once you've got the things that the fluted bone makes for you, it's just, it's a no-brainer for me. I got 3 of the fuckers. So you better believe it that I'm gonna make as many free things as I can. gloves. Yeah, otherworldly luck, it's even better. Now, let's just... is otherworldly luck stupidly busted because you get a +1 for everyone? During the hunt, whenever you roll on a table, you may add +1 to the roll result. Okay, cool. So we'll just add +1. So we are gonna... Oh, it's not a table. Okay, it's not a table. So we won't get to do that. So it's just going to be an 8+. Okay, cool. So we will use one of our unnamed survivors with a reroll to try and get a free musical innovation. It's going to be unnamed copy. So using our first fluted bone, 8+, lifetime reroll. That's a 6, lifetime reroll. That's an 8. Free music innovation from the deck. Pedal Spiral is not music, Inner Landing is not music, Hovel is language. So we can take Song of the Brave. We can take Heart Flute. Oh, we can take Pedal Spiral. Or we can take the Band. Band has no... Oh, it does have band consequences. Of course. That's the whole reason for getting the band in there. So we've got the two new band ones, which are... What are they called? Symphony and Concerto. So we get to take one of these. So, when a survivor uses Synchronized Strike, they gain a luck token if no other survivors have any luck tokens. Concerto. Or, when a survivor uses Synchronized Strike, they and their attack assist each gain 1 survival. That's a pretty big buff, that. So it leans us into the Synchronic Strike strategy. I've never really used it that much, Synchronized Strike. It's probably Song of the Brave, I think. We'll just take it so we can go a level 2. Song of the Brave. We'll do our second fluted bone from unnamed copy. 8+. That's a 1. We'll lifetime reroll into an 8. That's number 2. It's 50-50, man. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Now we'll take Band. Oh, Saga. We could take Saga. Saga's quite good. Do we have any consequences of these? No. Okay. Waterloo, I was repeating how you wander wall. Forevermore. Saga's the last one. Yeah, so there's Saga, which is added into this. So we can now choose to take Saga if we want, which we will, because Saga is the correct choice. So then we've got one more fluted bone, and unnamed copy number 3 is going to archive that and try and get an 8+ again. Oh, it's a 7. We'll lifetime reroll into a 1. Okay, 2 is pretty good. So all 3 of my fluted bones are gone. When I met my destiny, remember. Oh yeah. Okay, so we don't have Concerto and Symphony in the deck as yet. We have Character, Hovel, Ammonia, Scarification, Symposium, Paint Shrine, Band, Pedal Spiral, Heart Flute. Yep, good work, Militides. You are all over it, mate. What an absolute legend you are. We have Band or oh, that's a tough call. Band or Character? Character actually gives us some really legitimate choices with our... It makes our starting survivors quite good. They're going to get awake, basically, as soon as they are born. That's a tough call. I do think that Band is good, but we're not going to have enough endeavors to use synchronized, to gain synchronized strike for a little while. So yeah, I think it's character. And we get a survival limit bonus out of that, which is nice. We add Song of the Brave, we add Saga, and we add character into our thing. Cheers. That seems pretty good. Well, I got one endeavor left. Do I throw it into trying to have a baby? Because I have... possibly. I need to build my character deck. I haven't done that, so let's go do that while we're mulling over this. Yes, we have the Tyrant next. Okay, so we're going to have the Adventurer. We could. I'm not going to be able to put the Misophonic in. The Mad. Character on Saga is crazy. So that's the Hollow. So we're not going to be able to put that in either. The Ardent. So the reason we're not going to put these in is the cool guy who makes all the white box content hasn't... yes, sorry. That's a possibility also. Sanctum, we could send one of those nuffies. The Berserker. The Soloist. That one's not going to get used, but it's a musical one, so we have to include it. In Tune is one of the new ones. Not gonna work. The Uproarious. Oh, that's a new one too. Yep, okay. Off Key, new one. The Wrecker. I don't think the Wrecker's in there either. The Hunger. Marrow Hunger. The Magma. The Bright Knives. The Versatile. Good old Natural Healer. Oh, gone too far. The Axe, always a fun one. The Crabman. Are they? I don't think they are. The Watched. The Queen. The Sword. The Clever. The Tough. The Hasty. And good old The Parent. So the Wrecker's definitely not in there. Off Key, Uproarious, In Tune, Hollow, Misophonic. Cool. So the guy who makes Scribe doesn't do white box content. He just does the main expansions. So, but there's a way to bring in white box content into your game, and you can piecemeal that in. So he does. The guy who does that's actually on holidays in Australia right now, so he has not added that yet for the content from Gen Con. So that is a real shame for us. Okay, let's rename some characters and pick up some free character cards. So unnamed. Throw out some names for me whilst I grab the Tyrant stuff. Tchaikovsky, very nice. Going for we've got a Mozart in there as well. I forgot we also had Salieri. Fuck, that's gold from... Let's see if I can remember how to spell that. Tchaikovsky, I think is how it's spelt. Justin, just in case. Just in time. Bono. Hey, Swift, good one. Bono's a good one. David Bowie is the best. Oh, that's fantastic. Tchaikovsky can be a woman. And Tchaikovsky gets the character card. David Bowie, Jim, is some of your best work, mate. All right, Tchaikovsky gets the versatile. And if you're not aware, we're all doing musical people in this one. So, all right, Elton John is a good one. Elton John can also be a woman. Why are we doing all musical people? Why tie? The Bright Knives for Elton John. Cool. What's some girl artists we can use? Megan Thee Stallion. Why not? What are you going to be, Megan? Oh, thank you, GS Interactive. It was a joy to be involved in Miniature Masters and get to present some cool stuff to the world. I am very, very lucky that I was chosen. As I always say, though, the harder I work, the luckier I get. Ariana Grande. She was quite good in Wicked. Oh, we should do Idina Menzel. Yes. I love Wicked. It's another great fact about me. Big fan of musicals. Seen Wicked 3 times. Oh, Sanctimonious. Ariana. Enya. Fuck. Oh, I love that. I love that. Ariana Grande, Sanctimonious. Enya's going straight into the pool room. That is great stuff. She actually came high up in my estimations, Enya. I hated her stuff, and then she did that song for Lord of the Rings, and all of a sudden she's a jet. Enya's got the tough. And keep in mind, we can also use band names as well. Like if we want to go Fleetwood Mac. Missy Elliott! Done. We don't have a Shakira, Clinton. We've got to get a Shakira. What a great call. I might save Shakira for another one. Who did I just make then? Who did I just name then? Oh yeah, Missy Elliott. Where are you, Missy? What character card are you getting? So what we're chasing for here is the holo. We want the aspirant headband one, so that's what we're chasing. History book. The Hunger. +1 strength and the Marrow Hunger from Missy Elliott. Cool. So we got one more unnamed copy. We'll call this one, yeah, this can be Bono. And Bono is going to go up onto the throne. So let's hope that Bono doesn't get. Shakira is their full name. Bono gets the Wrecker. Oh, I was excited to use that card. That's okay. So Bono is going to go up to the throne with with our last endeavor. And Bono rolls a 4. What does Bono get from a 4 on the throne? He suffers blind and gains a scar. Good on you, Bono. I would have preferred if you died, mate. He's not dead, no. He gets a scar and blind. Tis what it is. Okay, well, that was fun. Another little rule. Yeah, the world does need less Bono. Another little rule that I play with in my games. No, it's only during the showdown phase, my man. Isn't that sucky for Manus Mandala? Would have been great if it was any time. Otherwise, you just get freebies. You just go take as many spear injuries as you can. I'll just double check, but I'm pretty sure it is during the showdown phase. Manus Mandala. I have not left it in my box. So. No, so what I do is if I get through the full deck, which I did do in my last campaign, I actually just shuffle it and start using it again. But it's a fun way to do it then, because I hate it when you draw the same character card like 3 times. And it's especially bad when you have the same character card 3 times, and that character card is the Red Survivor, which just breaks the game. Quinton's killing me. Fucking hell. 6 basics. Yeah, so that's the Harvester card. That's bad. We don't want that. But you need to have 8 gates. So Destiny's Marrow. History book on the shelf of Waterloo. Quickened, Crooked Step, Spectral Blast. B. Yeah, it's almost impossible for him to actually use the harvester board, the harvester thing. Having 8 gates means you've done a very bad job. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you want to smash the gates. If I remember rightly, the gates get you iron, don't they? It's here. If you have a weapon with heavy or club, add 1d10 to your roll result. No, I'm thinking of the Dragon King's things. But you do get to teleport next to him. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're ready to go. Let's go. We'll go to the guy's page and we'll have a look at what he says. Make sure the trap's in here. I would hate for the trap to not be in here. Resonance Cascade. What's up? Hello, Justin. Glassolalia. Here we are on the Tyrant Showdown. So we have all of our guys around there, 1 random terrain card, and we are defending our home, so we go first. And we gain 1 weapon proficiency or monster level bow proficiency. That's nice. Crooked Step, Spectral Blast, Destiny's Marrow. We don't have Quickened in this particular one. Cool. So we probably want to send out some good people here, because this guy gives out good benefits when you do crits. So we definitely want to go for crits here. Okay, so that's there. Good talk, Swifty. So who do we want to take out? So I think Madonna's got good potential, so we'll take out Madonna. I really dislike Chris Brown getting -1 speed, but I do like him getting +1 luck. So I think we'll take out Britney. It's Britney bitch. And we're not taking out Ariana Grande, that's for sure. Electric Boogaloo, no. Elton John with bright knives. Do we have a good knife? No. Freddie's coming out. Big Freddie Mercury. Missy Elliott's not coming out. He's off looking around. Rihanna is probably going to go out because she's got Quixotic and Monster Claw style. And we're not going to gain any resources from this showdown. So Hoarder becomes a good one. So yeah, we'll take out Rihanna. Rihanna's color can be teal. Perfect. So let's look at Madonna's layout. So let's make Madonna our singing survivor. Oh, thank you, my Y Guy Shorts. That's very nice of you, mate. I love painting toys, and I will happily talk about painting toys at any opportunity I get. And it always makes me happy when it's something that I do inspires other people to want to paint more toys. So, yay. Good work, team. Oh, we can put a luck charm here now. Have we got an organ? I think we do. We're flush with organs, in fact. Archetype Adriacanthus, we will craft that. Don't want to use those testes if I don't have to. Singing Tongue. Actually, let's check. Oh, have I got a love juice? Oh, have I got a love juice? No, I think I used it, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I used it. No, I didn't use it. I only used one to get up to the thing. All right, maybe we should have a baby. Yeah, let's do a baby. All right, I'm going to do a love juice. And let's just quickly check if any of the cool instruments are craftable from the Colosseum. Singing Heart, here we go. The weapon to the left gains noisy and +1 accuracy. What do you need to craft that? Why do you need a bone, a scrap, and an organ to fucking craft that absolute piece of shit gear card? The monster is dazed. Discard all moods in play. Yeah. Oh, energy drum. That'll do. What do we need to make that? Gaseous belly and vocal cords? What? Why are these things so ridiculous? Why are instruments so bad? Spend 1 survival to play this. An adjacent survivor gains a surge, which they may spend immediately. Limit once per round. That's just bad, man. You're basically transferring an attack to someone else. I suppose it's good if you've got one survivor who's got a really good weapon. But man, that feels bad. All right, I'm not throwing that down. I want to keep my gaseous belly for another set of singing gear. Okay, well, have we got any other instruments that we can make? Not at the moment. I should make it. I'll make it. That's dumb. I'm making it. Energy drum, here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Drums in the deep. This is the dumbest campaign I've ever done and recorded on film. I hope everyone appreciates me subjecting myself to this absolute absurdity. Gear cards that you'll never craft, number 1. Yeah, Clinton, Joshy did really well in a lot of the feedback that sort of wasn't put on camera. You know, his orc in the first episode was exceptional, and I think he was close to the top in that episode. So he's an animal of a painter. Absolutely love him. Probably, yeah, I know it definitely comes across, but he had a really bad day that day, not just from painting the day that he got knocked out, but he actually had some some bad stuff happening at home. His missus was calling him because like their downstairs flooded, their sewer broke, and there was all this bad stuff happening at home, and he's trying to paint a model and text his missus at the same time to try to help her work through what to do. She's panicking, and so it was just a bad day for him, and he did a good job, you know, with what he did, but it was fair to say that everyone else's was a little bit better. So on that day. Okay, so we've got the ham flute here, we've got the energy drum here, we got the drum here, and we've got the whisker harp here. We are all instrumented up. That means that we can do this if we want to as well. Not that we need to, but always good to get your colours in play. Justin, the digital component is all me. There is a full paper version, but I find the full paper version to be a little bit too slow for my tastes. I like to play quick, rapid fire. So we can't have a cloth anymore. Cool. So we're one more cloth down. Excellent. So we're going to have a baby. Let's roll 2 dice and see what we get. And we'll do it from our partners. We get +1. That's a 7. Yes. This baby's going to get character as well. Yeah, so Josh is in another country painting toys on a TV show to win $10,000. And his missus is calling him to say, oh, the fucking sewer's flooded downstairs, help me out. No, I say that with the utmost respect, because it was an awful situation. She was stressed, and he was unfortunately then required to stay in Sweden for another 13 days. Which would have been funny. Okay, I've got to check the thing over here. So a 7 is a dragon's inheritance plus an extra 1. So we get to gain some pretty good bonuses here. So let's add a new female survivor. Come up with a name, friends. A female name would be great. Actually, a male's fine. Whatever you want. A musical themed name. Aiden, come on now, Stinky. Where's Stinky come from? Where's the musical theme there? We're playing an all instruments campaign. Jason Derulo. Clinton's been on fire. Clinton has come up with some of my favourite names so far. Jason Derulo. Everybody's looking for love. Whoa. Okay, Jason Derulo gets 2 dragon inheritances. So we can get half of a parent's courage, half of a parent's understanding, 1 of a parent's fighting arts, or 1 of a parent's surnames. So we will take the surname, I think. Beyonce's a good one too. Because, so we'll take otherworldly luck, and we'll take, what else is, so we can go reincarnated, or we could get 2 courage actually. We'll take the 2 courage because Jason Derulo starts with 2 courage and otherworldly luck. Very nice. Okay, 2 courage. Boom, boom. Jason Derulo. And Jason Derulo is awake both from a courage and from a thingy perspective, which means we've also got designs and dandelions because he's our first understanding 3 survivor. So we'll do the courage roll first. We roll a 9, which is gain a permanent accuracy and the unbreakable fighting art. Unbreakable. And his accuracy 2. Jason Derulo. And then his other roll is on the understanding one. And Jason rolls a 7. He gains a permanent evasion a random fighting art, and the Noble surname. Jason Derulo, the Noble. Oh, he's coming up on Rust. Jason Derulo, Noble. You could be right. Jason Derulo is joining the fight. Jason Derulo. He gets to choose a weapon proficiency, which will be bow, and he's also going to get a level up, and he's also going to get a random fighting art. So let's do the random fighting art. Timeless Eye. It's okay. And then when we roll on his age 2 milestone, he rolls a 12, which is gain a random fighting art. And so we'll do that here. Mr. Bleff, we got champions right. Oh, sick. I don't think we need perfect hits. So champions right. Goodness me. So this is an app called Scribe, and you can support the Scribe guy and purchase this app without ads, or you can just use it for free with ads. It's fantastic. It's one of the best things you can use to play this game with. It is absolutely glorious. I think Rihanna drops out, so we've got Madonna. Yep. Jason Derulo. So Jason Derulo is going to take this bow loadout. Sheryl Crow, Gian, that's great. We've got to get a repository for names because there's been some good ones. Madonna. Okay, so Madonna's actually got the sword, which has got the drum. No, the rawhide drum. Not boots, Steno. The rawhide drum. Thank you, Mr. Bleff. It's great to be here. I'm happy to be here. I like playing with my toys. So Jason's all good. That's a bonus luck. It's actually better on mobile. It does even better things on mobile. So you actually can get you can take photos of stuff, and it'll automatically upload it. So you can take photos of the resources you collect, and it'll add it, and it'll do gear grids. So you can take a photo of your gear grid and it'll automatically populate it. That's pretty cool. Chris, I have tried KDM Story. Actually, my very first filmed campaign on the internet was with KDM Story. And I got permission from the people that do it. Not Rawhide Pants, don't I? Fuck me. Yeah, I got permission from them to do it. But Luck Charm. What I've found is it hasn't stayed up to date. I think it has added some stuff recently to get it more up to date. See you, Justin. Thank you, mate. Well, you've got 12 other campaigns to check out. And I apologise in advance for that. My mind in Waterloo. Okay, so that's correct. Brittany is going to be totally fine there, but this is now a freaking energy drum. Crazy. Cool, we're all good. Oh, did I give a luck? Freddie, 1 luck. Brittany, 1 luck. Excellent. Okay, let's depart for our showdown against the Tyrant, level 1, I say. So we need to get gates. I've got the gates somewhere in this camp. Oh, yes, I'll put them over here, ready to go. Very good. So let's... Oh, I didn't draw Jason's character card. Yes! Get Aspirin Headband. Come on, Dano. The Watched. Sweet. Jason Derulo. So we'll just add 1 to every hit location from his character card, The Watched. Delightful. So let's just review our good friend, the Tyrant, and what he does. First of all, Chris, the Gambler's Chest is a huge, huge departure from the original game. And my very strong advice would be not to dive into it unless you feel very comfortable with the core game. If you feel comfortable with the core game and you love it and you want to add some crazy stuff, Gambler's Chest is wild. It does wild stuff. Really changes the game in such a cool way. But it takes a lot of cognitive load. So I would strongly recommend having an app like Scribe to use. And I would try and play it with someone else so you can share some of the load. But having said that, it's fucking awesome. Okay, so we'll just apply our rival bonuses, and then we're going to do the Rawhide Drum, all survivors gain insanity, and the Whisker Harp, all survivors gain a survival. Okay, that's good. So anything else? Yes. So Britney Spears has Rhythm Chaser, so she gains evasion token, which is here. I've taken a few cognitive loads in my day, Lockie. But tonight could be a new record for me. 1 terrain card. Let's get a dead monster. Dead monster. Nope, 2 acanthus plants. Fine. Couple little plants we can try and get some dried acanthus with. Always good. So, we're going first. This guy's got the Clawhead Arrow. I do have a Forge Priest in there. Pretty sure. Did I add him in? Time Worn Statue. No, I've got to get me Forge Priest in there. What thing is he in? He's in basic cards, universal cards, I think I put him in. Here is some cheat sheets that you can get from somewhere on BGG, I think. These are very useful to help you with survival opportunities, the timeline of attacking, that stuff. Yeah, just in case you haven't seen those. These are my universal ones. Manifold Spread, Manus Infestation. God Metal Loads, there it is. Empty Vessel. My favourite non-GCE expansion. It's a great question. It's hard to go past the newer expansions, in my opinion. The newer expansions just are a lot more polished, and they add quite a few little things, the quality of life things. You know, Frog Dog is a very, very good expansion in my opinion, and I think it's probably the one I would say is the best expansion. But my favourite is unreservedly, without a doubt, the Dung Beetle Knight. The character of the Dung Beetle Knight is just fucking amazing. He's just a cool little guy, and the fight is just sick, and his gear is so different, and crafting his gear is so different. It's the fucking best. It's brutal, but it's stunning. Best expansion, in my opinion, by a large margin. So, we are first. Here he is. Here's the Tyrant. What a guy. What do we want to do? We want crits with this guy, don't we? All right, well, let's send Madonna in there with a... She's got a Founding Stone. I'm just going to start by flinging a Founding Stone with Madonna. Let's get a crit on him first up. Oh, no, we need to get gates out first. Okay, we do a wound, but there's no gates. So if there was 2 gates, the attacker gains a permanent strength. Gormy's a good expansion too. Yeah, Gormy's very good. But yeah, my personal favourite is the Dung Beetle Knight. All right, we're gonna harvest an Acanthus here. So we fail and we get knocked down. Oh no, suffer 1 arm damage. Jason Derulo. Oh, I didn't do design. Fuck, man, I'm having a shocker at the moment. It is very hard. It is very hard to keep track of everything that I'm doing and trying to stay focused. So I have missed designs and dandelions. Let's quickly do that now and get ourselves a seed pattern. Who was that with? That was with Jason Derulo. Here he is. Designs and dandelions. An 8. So Jason Derulo gains a seed pattern. Perfect. He miraculously cleans the table. Where's my seed patterns? Where have I put them? There and here. I did do Jason's watched. Yep, he's got +1 on all hit locations. And I have actually had a lot of time with Red Witches. I would say that I've played Red Witches in my last 5 campaigns, would probably be my guess. Militides can probably confirm that. I think he's watched most of them. They're very, very good. They're a fantastic expansion. Pariah and Red Witches are 2 essential expansions if you are keen on the game. If you're not keen on the game, well, they're not that essential. All right, so I like to, this deck, I've got insight patterns, so we're going to cut, and we're going to take from the bottom. And we have the Tempered Axe. That's actually not too bad. That's pretty good at this early age. I'll take that. History book on the shelf. And replacing Kingsman is very appealing. But don't forget that if you have the Gambler's Chest, that Atlas replaces the Kingsman from the Gambler's Chest, requiring you to purchase no other things. So, all right, let's get into it. So he's done that. He's picked up nothing. Let's get a shot from his bow. Spending a survival for surging. And he rolls a 5, which hits. I shouldn't have done just one shot there. He's got 2 accuracy, so I'll roll an extra dice. I was thinking, okay, so 1 hit. Celestial Trial. The attacker suffers -1 strength to wound this location for each dragon trait they possess. He only possesses 4 dragon traits. Seems okay. Does he really? Holy shit. So we're -4 strength. What toughness is this clown? He's toughness 8. Okay. So we go down to strength -4, -3, but our weapon is 3 from the catgut bow, and we can use Champion's Right. No, that's just accuracy. Fine. Chushin Bilbo, thank you for your kind words. It was very, very, very much a privilege to be on the show, and people that watch me play games all the time probably know I like having a bit of fun, but I do feel very passionately about representing the miniature painting hobby in a positive light. I organise an event called Crimson Brush over here in Australia every year, and I've tried very hard to make that an extremely welcoming and an encouraging event. So yeah, I'm really glad that people have felt that way about my time on the show, that it's represented the way that I feel about the hobby. So that's nice. Thank you very much. Vestel, I have not ticked Snow Angels off my bucket list. I have not. I reckon we need to roll a 7 here. That's a 2. So we fail that wound, and Jason Derulo gets knocked back 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jason Derulo. Okay, let's go with my Rawhide Survivor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to swing with her Lion Beast guitars. So she hits once with the guitars. There is a wound reaction, but no critical hit location. A 5 is a wound because, oh, go away. Done and done. Yeah, so she is strength 6, which means she wounds on a 2+, so she's done well. Yep, cool. So he's going to perform Crooked Step. So Crooked Step is here. He steps through an unseen gate, disappearing from sight. Place a gate terrain tile on the monster's current space, then place the monster 6 spaces away from the survivor furthest from it. So we're going to go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here he is. He's down here. And we have a gate right here. So we want to keep those gates on the board a little bit, not a lot. No, I didn't. I don't think so. Brittany's got 2. Qatar, yep. And did I? Yeah, Brittany is definitely a Qatar spec, isn't she? Yes, you are right. So she's got Qatar spec. She can cancel that reaction. We'll cancel that reaction. We don't want that to happen just yet. Okay, and now the dude with the ham flute is going to swing in there. Ham fluter. Go there. 2 speed with a club. 1 singular hit with a club. It's a first strike. Gains 1 strength, -1 strength for each dragon trait. Freddie Mercury has 2 dragon traits. He's got Champion's Right. So he's strength 1 plus the ham fluter is 4 -2. Takes him down to 2. So we're wounding on a 6. Come on. Freddie Mercury. Oh, Freddie fails. He's knocked down. But we can spend a survival on Britney Spears reincarnated to encourage, and that will stand up Freddie Mercury, and he will surge, and he'll go again. So we'll just mark off the encourage, and we'll see if she gets her survival back. She does. And Freddie Mercury spends his survival to surge with the ham fluter. He hits twice, including a perfect hit. Have you got anything special going on, Freddie? No, just ham flutering. Whistle while you work, Freddie. Oh, he's hit the trap. The attacker is doomed. Perform Crooked Step. So we're going to put him down here. As we discussed before, the attacker and all survivors adjacent to the attacker suffer 1 damage to 1 hit location and are knocked down. Vestel, I would say that Kingdom Death probably for me is best at 2. I've played a couple of campaigns at 2 players and they've been the most fun. They've been the most fun that I've had. So I would say 2 is its best spot. But it is hard to get people to get together for a game sometimes. So you play what you can play. That's it. That's our turnover. So the tyrant's down here like an idiot, dancing around. What's he going to do to us? Mercury Eyes. Ooh, the closest threat. In field of view and in range. So it is our good survivor, Jason Derulo. He's got 2 evasion innately, which is very nice. 5+ speed, 2 damage, and if the result is greater than their understanding, he's understanding 3, that's all right. Cool. So he moves into range 1, 2, 3, so he's at range 3. So he's going to have a shot there, and it is 3 speed, 5+ that goes to 7+. 9, 6, 6, so that is just 1 hit, and that hit location on Jason Derulo is on the legs. That's 2 damage. Jason will take that 2 damage to the legs We then roll a dice. If we roll a 4+, we're going to flee. We do, so we flee. We gain 1d something insanity. I think it's 1d5 for flee. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to move towards the nearest table edge and be knocked down, which is here, and we're knocked down. We can stand them up. Inspirational drumming, baby. This guy only does one card, doesn't he? Cool. Okay, Freddy's going to use a surge to, or just a normal action to attack the gate. He's going to smash it. So he's going to roll 2d10. So he rolls a 10, which the gate explodes, and he's going to gain a survival. Which means he then teleports himself to adjacent to the guy. And we archive the gate. He'll then surge with the ham fluter in the blind. He hits twice. There's a reflex and there's a wound reaction. So we'll do the reflex. So that's fine. That is a 3, which is still a wound. The reflex says perform resonate. We suffer number of gates on the board, brain damage. No gates on the board. And then we will do the celestial sleeves. We wound. With a wound, we perform crooked step. So he's going to be all the way down the end here, at the opposite end of the board. Like a dickhead. Okay, but there's a gate. That's good. We want a gate. So we'll do Madonna. She's got her scrap sword. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into range. She'll swing with the scrap sword. Sorry, I should mark off his surge and his survival. Madonna. So she rolls a 6 and an 8. So that's 2 hits with the scrap sword. No perfect hits though. And that's a first strike. And oh, the death blow. Oh, we need to go hunting for that. I forgot that. Oh, we definitely need to get that. That's the only time you want to have hit location hunting is this guy, really. I played 4 players a couple of times and everyone loved it, but we didn't have any early deaths. I think it would have been a lot worse for people if we did have an early death. -1 strength for each dragon trait. Madonna just possesses the 1, so she is 1 strength less, which means her total strength is 4, which means she wounds on an 8. Wounds on a 4. So we'll do that. That's a 4, so we get a wound. Madonna, the tyrant smiles down on you and then rakes a clawed finger across your face. Gain a scar. 1 permanent strength. And a bleeding token. Swift, I don't know if you can see, but behind me is a shit ton of solo games. That is the majority of what I play. 2+ to wound this one. That's a 9. That's a wound. I might as well surge with Madonna. And we'll swing with the scrap sword again. A 7 and a 2, that's just 1 hit this time. So there is a reflex, which is perform crooked step. We do wound. Crooked step is going to trigger. So we've got 2 gates on the board now. Crooked step is going to bring him down to here. He's down here. Hello, look at me. We've got no dash, so this fight gets a little bit annoying in this instance. So Brittany's going to run over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she'll encourage the bow guy to stand up. And the bow guy will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. Brittany, does she get her survival back? She does. That's our turn. The guy. Enshrine, the closest threat in field of view in range. It is Freddie Mercury. So he moves to Freddie. Oh no, yeah, move into range, sorry, and attack. So he's just going to move to here. Place monster level +1 gate terrain tiles. 1, 2 gate terrain tiles. So we've got 4 on the board now. And Freddie's getting shot with a 3-speed attack. Let's go, Freddie, let's go. That's 2 misses and an 8, which is a hit. This is a 2 damage, and it's going to go... Oh, hang on, because of my singing cap. No, when you are hit more than once, ignore 1 hit. So we've got 1 hit to the body. We'll just take that. Militides, everything's going delightful. We continue to prove once again why this game is so very easy by rolling lots of 10s. Lots of 10s. Okay. Back to our turn. Freddie Mercury's going to go first. He's going to move 2 spaces to here and punch with his ham fluter. Double ones. He'll surge. Ham fluter! A 7 and a 4. The 7 is a hit. The 4 is not a hit. So the 7 reveals a first strike. We suffer -1 strength for each dragon trait. So we suffer 2 strength less. And did I archive that hit location before? I don't think I did. So that one's archived. So let's see what we roll, and we'll worry about it later. A 4 is not enough, I don't think. Oh, I actually need to get a couple of insanity because he's attacked multiple times, and he's got his whistling ham fluter. What a guy! Yeah, we failed to wound there, I think. So the ham fluter strength 3, he's strength, so that's 4. So we need a 4 to wound. Yep. So we are going to be knocked down and gain a bleeding token. No wound. He's already surged. We'll shoot the bow with 2 accuracy. So this is from Jason Derulo. Jason Derulo misses twice. What an absolute scumbag. No one else is in range. We could ballad, actually. I think we've got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we could ballad. This is the ballad of perfection, though, which is just get +1 to perfect hits. Not that useful. We don't have anything that gains us a perfect hit. So we'll move along. Move along. Oh, speaking of moods, when this comes into play, perform basic action. Nice. Guess what's coming into play this turn? The Whisker Harp. Okay, so his basic action is... Oh yeah, Scrap Sword's a good call, actually. Yep, good call. And it is perfect hits. I don't need to have activated that stuff. Okay, so he's moving into range and attacking the random threat in range. So let's have a look here. We've got 1, 2, 5. So it's going to be Freddie Mercury. So he moves back to shoot Freddie. It's a 2-speed attack hitting on 4s. That's a 2 and a 4. Freddie will dodge this round. And that's it. So we don't suffer bash. And then he's going to perform Crooked Step. Oh, that's a basic action. So Crooked Step is going to put him all the way up here. And we have got 5 gates on the board now. So if we want to get Frozen Star, now's the time. Cool. All right, well, Freddie will go in this next turn. He'll spend a survival to surge and do the Ballad of Perfection with the ham fluter. So we get +1 to perfect hit ranges. Madonna will then move in with the Scrap Sword and have a swing. So on a perfect hit, which is now on a 9+, she gains +4. A 3 and a 5. It's 2 hits. Surge. Surge. Madonna's turn. 2 hits. A first strike. And a wound. So Madonna only has, oh my god, does Madonna have 3? How's she got 3? Madonna! We need to roll probably a 7 or an 8. A 9! Madonna's a fucking animal. She gets the noble surname. Oh my god, we're 1 off Sculptor. She gets +1 courage and she suffers monster level brain damage, which is just the one. Madonna's amazing. Freddie probably was, so let's spend a survival to stand him up so that he was the threat. Just to make that easy. Do I get a survival back? We do, so all perfect. But thank you, Futu. Archive the Celestial Challenge. Boom. Madonna. Did I do that already? I'm not sure. I'll do it anyway. Crooked Step, wounding this one. Oh, it's a critical. Get that up here. There's only 2 wounds left. But let's use our guy with the green, in green, Jason Derulo, to strum the Whisker Harp. On a 6+, we discard Blistering Star. We discard Blistering Star. So that goes there. Could surge with Madonna. Will surge. Will surge with Madonna. Hits once, and that is a 9, which is a perfect hit. So Militides' plan works a treat. Critting on a 9 or a 10 or something, that's a 6. It's a wound, but not a crit. So that is all done, and that wound reaction is to perform Crooked Step. So we've got 6 gates on the board. Furthest guy is over here. So I'm going to move her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I reckon that's it. What's that? You're going to bring that mood back into play? Excellent. Perform basic action. Move into range and attack. 1, 2. He's over here. Two speed, hitting on a 3+. Jason Derulo is evasion 2, so these are hitting on a 5+. We roll 3 and a 6, so Jason will dodge. Yeah, I think we'll dodge. Let's see where it goes. Goes in the body. We'll dodge. Target then suffers bash, and then he's going to perform Crooked Step. We've got 7 on the board. Madonna, you crazy guy. Madonna's going to try and finish it. We just need to do 1 wound because the Blistering Star is currently in play. So Madonna will roll a perfect hit on a 9. She gets a Lantern 10, which is a perfect hit. There is a reflex. If she manages a critical here, she's going to get Frozen Star. But she does not have a luck charm, so we just need to Raw Dog a 10. It's a 2. But it is a wound because of the Scrap Sword being deadly. The reflex doesn't trigger, so we don't gain Destined, which would have been awesome. Oh. Okay, Madonna is the one who struck the killing blow. Wrong, 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 wrong. All right. The survivor that dealt the killing blow is brought before the tyrant. With glowing fists, it reaches into the survivor's bruised flesh, tearing away into their very essence with a ripping, searing sound. The survivor may choose to gain Iridescent Hide or Oracle's Eye. I will choose Iridescent Hide. And I thank you very much, very graciously. Iridescent Hide is legit. So good. Nominate up to 2 survivors. They gain Drag Investments Rare Gear and the Destined Disorder. The 2 survivors will be Freddie Mercury who actually, Jason Derulo will get Destined. And probably Britney Spears. What's your thing looking like? Doesn't really help you. Doesn't really help you. What's Madonna look like? Do you have Destined? Is that going to help you? Yeah, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Sure, she can have Destined as well. Madonna. All parts lead to Goblin. How dare you? How dare you? Oracle's Eye is just the worst. It's awful. You never take it. Did I put the Drag Investments things in here, or did I forget to put them in here? I feel like I did not put them in here. Okay, I need to get the Drag Investments out. But we'll complete the showdown. So we are going to advance the year. Madonna's going to achieve age 1, and Madonna is going to take sword spec. So she's going to gain a proficiency point, but I should just mark a guitar point. Freddie is a club. Jason Derulo got a bow point, and Madonna got a sword point. All right, let me grab the, what am I looking for? Drag Investments, that's right. Will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. 2 Drag Investments. And I think that's it. Hey, Paul. Yes, I'm just in the settlement phase of the last. Yep, so I'll just be doing a settlement phase. I'll probably be tweaking around for about 20 minutes or so. Cool. So we're going here. So we've finished the showdown, which means we go to the timeline, and we have Midnight's Children, A Crone's Tale. Excellent. 2 wonderful events. But let's do our bad card. 1 to 5. So this pile, 1 to 5. This pile, then I'll roll down. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's how you get pristine, mate. Oh, cracks in the ground's a bad one. Good to get out of the way early. Yeah, you get pristine for killing this guy on the death blow. And like some other big positives. Strength, 2 weapon proficiency levels, fated blow, and pristine. Oof. So good. You can also get it from Empire. Yep. Cracks in the ground. Well, we don't want to roll a 2 to 5. Has anyone got heavy gear? I didn't make a King Spear, which is good. And yeah, no one's got heavy gear. So we're fine if we roll a 1. We just don't want to roll a 2 to 5. It's an 8. Come on, gain a Founding Stone. It's back, baby. The Founding Stone's back. Cool, thank you, Cracks. Uh-oh. It's been a pleasure doing business with you, Cracks in the ground. now we will do two of the nicest stories in the, one of the nicest stories, The Crone's Tale. But let's do Midnight's Children first. Weakness is anathema to strength. The tyrant descends the obsidian staircase with a gift. It places the gift at the settlement center, and the heat washes over the cold stone ground for the first time. The settlement gains the Radiant Orb innovation. The tyrant beckons each survivor into the light. The gathered survivors marvel at the reflection in the gleaming obsidian. Unfortunately, it's a radiating orb. It's not the Radiant Orb. Yeah, it's good to get rid of it with an 8. ZWEX, I have not yet played with the Tyrant IR. This is my first game of People of the Stars. I was waiting for the Starbound. I was waiting for Starbound to rock up before I played this again. But after my last campaign, I was jazzed on the game. And I've been thinking about it a lot. And then Gen Con happened and all the new toys came out. And the Scribe update happened to add those little buttons to mark off Surgeon thing. Okay, count the number of survivors in the settlement that have at least one dragon trait. Everyone in the settlement has a dragon trait because of ocular parasites. So we've broken the game. People of the Stars is my #1 campaign by a large margin. It is #1 for me. And as soon as we get a meaningful way to use Ark Survivors, I think it will only go up in my estimations. For now, it's just solid. Solidly the best. No, this campaign is not built for ocular parasites. Having said that, I think we would be at 4 or more anyway, so. Cool, we roll on this table. This is a table, we are rolling, we have otherworldly luck. Let's see what we get. It's a 1. Half the survivors without dragon traits are killed. The tyrant presents the settlement with a regal edge gear. That really doesn't work for me. I lose 0 survivors and I gain a regal edge. What are the other ones? It's got lifetime rerolls I could use here. I gain Red Fist and Pristine if I roll a 7 to 9. I think I do have 1 survive. Regal Edge is very good actually. I have 1 survive with no traits, I think. I think we do. Because we had someone, yeah, Chris Brown. He, why has he got -1 accuracy? But I can't remember. Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll take Regal Edge. It's a fine sword. It gets you bonuses for the number of dragon traits you have. So, off the top of my head, the Regal Edge. Gain +1 speed. Oh no, when you're attacking with a constellation, you gain 1 speed and 4 strength. And it's sharp. That's a good weapon, actually. That's a good little sword. I think it is actually Kingdom Death's most impressive quality, is the amount of depth that you get from such a small amount of text and the flavor of the cards and, you know, the atmosphere of what you're doing. It is like the textbook definition of show, don't tell. It's so good. Militides, you are absolutely correct. I did use Sword Oath, and I had, I think it was the Hound or the Mountain, because that was my Game of Thrones campaign, and he became a sculptor, and I double dipped him into a second guy who then also got the Regal Edge all the way up with Sword Oath. So good. So good. Was that the last time I played Stars? Surely not. What did I say? Did I say Sculptor? I think I said Sculptor. If I didn't, I meant Sculptor. Hound and Mountain, that's right. So good. Okay, we've got a regal edge. Let's do a crone's tail. Such a delightful story. This is easily up there with Dung Beetle Knight for me. It is a real shame that I don't get to play with this guy very much, because I do love this little gardening champion, but it's just not a great expansion for what it adds to the game. It adds some stuff, but we're playing him for the Vespertine Cello, and that is all. Beautiful artwork, great story. I actually read this the other night. So we're going to add a sleeping virus flower and the flower addiction disorder to one of our peeps. We're going to add, the flower knights to our quarries. Yeah, it's just the best. And we gain flower addiction. So who do we want this on? Brittany's probably the right one. Sure. So we'll mark off the fact that she's got cursed gear. It's the sleeping virus flower. And then we will add a sleeping virus flower to our settlement storage, along with a regal edge, and 2 drag investments. Her gear grid is full, but we can squeeze in a little sleeping virus flower. And we'll add the axe, tempered axe. We're actually okay at the moment. We've got one spot. So we'll just do a little rejigging. Oh yes, and I have met my destiny in such a peculiar way. A history book on the shelf. So, the Vespertine Cello we have to get via Sense Memory. It has been a long time since I played with the Flower Knight, so how does Sense Memory work? You have to defeat the guy, and then you get to do Sense Memory. And then you can make the Vespertine Cello with a lantern bud and any 2 flowers. Okay, I think the lantern bud is quite hard to get though, off the top of my head. We want pottery. Ballad of the Wallflower is quite nice. We don't need a Vespertine bow, so we avoid necrotoxic mistletoe. However, we could go for necrotoxic mistletoe because you do have the ability to gain a Canthus Doctor, but you need to have sculpture. Cool. So, because we've got a lot of otherworldly luck people in the settlement. The cello does give luck tokens to everyone with an instrument. I'll show you the cello. Yeah, I think we'll go the other band consequence as a result of that fact. Because you only get one of those 2 band consequences. You can't do both. But yeah, there is the cello. At the start of the showdown, all other survivors with an instrument in their gear grid gain a luck. So you put the cello on the person if we were to go for that luck one. Yeah, I don't think you go for the luck one. It's the cello or other. But that's a good gear grid. That's a good thing for this campaign. So it's all right. We'll give it a crack when we make the Vespertine Cello, which is a long way away. It's not that far. Assuming we can do it, we'll probably do it. So I think let's look at our timeline. So I think we are going to do another Smoggos this year. And then a Lantern Year 6 Drifter comes out, which is nice, but we'll probably do the Flower Knight then. And then decide if we want to do Necrotoxic Mistletoe and build a bow. We probably don't. So we'll do an innovation. We are going to give up our pink flesh. We're doing that because, yeah, I think we need to innovate. So there's that. There's an organ, and we'll use a whistle tooth for our bone. All good. We'll do an innovate. What do we want to see? Dash, most probably, would be my preferred option for this innovate. All home endeavours. Have we got any home endeavours? No, but we could go for synchronized strike. Yeah, because we haven't... Oh, there we go. Partnership. We can't get partnership. Very good. This is a great thing about Scribe, Clinton. If you don't use it, it actually tells you, which is when stuff is deactivated, assuming you put in the settlement event, which I try to do. All right, yeah, we don't want to see hovel. I mean, paint is probably the option that we're looking for. Symposium, a solid second choice. And then ammonia would be fine. Yeah. All right. First option is heart flute. Pretty ordinary. Mind you, if we get that musical, settlement event that gives you bonuses in music, what's that one called? The one from the thing? We shall take a symposium of wonder. All right, so we need to add storytelling, scrap smelting, nightmare training. Yeah, we'll definitely send someone up to the tyrants. Very friendly of us. Lantern oven cooking. We don't need that one. No hovel. Cool. So how many innovations do we have? We have 5, right? I already spent that. Yeah, cool. So yeah, let's send Bono back up there. Bono, my man. Go and chat to the tyrant and see what's doing. Bono rolls a 10. No, Bono rolls a 6. That's the same result as last time. Bono sucks. Someone kill Bono, please. Yep. He gets another scar and a blind. Hey, Gigadildros. Thank you. Yeah, what a shame we didn't get to take the models home. It would have been great, but they're going to use them for promotional stuff, so that's nice. We're not building anything. I reckon we try for some synchronized strike. Oh, does it? No. No, it doesn't. You're thinking of the arena. If you already have a scar, you die from arena. But you are correct that a second scar can kill you, but not from that one. Yeah, Bono has turned into an absolute terrible guy. Super blind. So we'll sort by Hunt XP, as we like to do. Miles Davis is 4 Hunt XP. Let's do Madonna's age roll. So Madonna rolls, yeah, they can't hunt again. A 9, which is a random fighting art. Madonna has rolled Orator of Death, a pretty ordinary one. So we're looking for, if you've never played People of the Stars, and you're watching this for the first time, I apologise. I've done a terrible job of explaining everything, but there's a lot happening. The objective of this game is often, of People of the Stars, is often called bingo. So what you're trying to do is get a single row. Oh, I can pick, haven't I? Oh, I selected Dragon Trait 1 instead. We'll take Unbreakable. Unbreakable. We're alive, damn it. It's a miracle. Good one. And if you manage to get 4 in a row, then you gain this constellation, and the constellation provides you with a whole cool pile of benefits when you reveal the constellation. I highly recommend Goblin if you've never played it before. Goblin is a very good one to chase. Yeah, Unbreakable or Fated Blow could also be good. Yeah, I think instead of Unbreakable, we'll go Fated Blow. Yes, Fated Blow! Very good. +2 Strength and Devastating. Very nice. Hello, Norsky. It is me. Yes. The man, the myth, the legend. Big Dano. Storm is very strong. We want to go Storm because we get super weapon masteries all the time. So she's got 1 sword. So we're going to give her Regal Edge, I think. So I think we're going to do some gear grid manipulation now. I think we're going to put her into this set. Get rid of this ham fluter for her and give her this Regal Edge because this looks very promising. Drag investments. So we got 1 green, 2 green, we got 1 blue, 2 blue, we got 1 red. So she's got Iridescent Hide. So we're going to rename this Sword Iridescent. Iridescent Sword. You're right. It is. The Singing Pantaloons. Regal Edge, hey? So her overall setup, she gets +1 luck from that. She can ignore 1 hit. She gets, yeah, look at her armor right now when she departs. Oh, 6 armor. Oh my god. That's just ridiculous. We're on Lantern Year 5. That's going to become 7 at all hit locations when I finish the Smoggo set. Get out of here. No, I haven't even added the drag investments. What? Oh, Madonna. She is absolutely a material girl, isn't she? What a classic. Freddie Mercury, my man. He's going for club. So we're going to change Freddie to be this sword, and we're going to call this Naked Club. Norsky, this is a game called Kingdom Death Monster, one of Amalia and I's favourite games. See ya, John. And it's a game that's kind of like a lot of those games you play on your computer where you're building a settlement, you're crafting gear, you're hunting monsters, and you're watching your little survivor people growing in strength over the course of a full campaign. So it's a very fun game, but it's very is very involved, and it's quite difficult for someone who doesn't really understand what's happening to pick it up. So I do my best to try and explain it. But yeah, Ms. Kyle, I'm afraid you have no idea. Militides will tell you, because Militides is here quite frequently, that I do this most nights. Most nights. Bit of a loose cannon, really. Okay, so Freddy, we're going to give him the hand fluter and the dragon vestments. Thank you. And we'll give him the rawhide drum. Oh, actually, we need to give her the rawhide drum. Yeah, because we need an instrument down here. There's no instrument down here, so she can have the rawhide drum down here. And there's the hand fluter. So that just needs to be a founding stone. Cool. That's Freddy. It is absolutely the best kind of cannon. Jason Derulo. He's the same. We need to get that. Isn't there a rifle? Can't you make a rifle? I think there's definitely a gun that you can make in the game, so that'd be fun. You can get the manhunter's gun. We'll just chuck some bone darts here, I suppose. She's the only one with iridescent hide, so she's the only one who needs that. What are we going to do? We'll probably just get rid of this bandages and replace that. Pantaloons, yep, that'll work. We'll be able to make that work pretty easily. So yeah, so level, now I think we probably are pushing level 2s just for the thing now. Level 2 smoggos. Feels like a good option. What are we going to spend our remaining endeavours on? 2 more population would be great, but let's try this synchronized strike plan. So let's give a couple of synchros. And then I think everyone's got enough survival. Let's give Jason Derulo 2 survival from the drums. So synchronized strike, we obviously go Freddy. And then I think we'll actually go Jason Derulo. No, we'll go Madonna. So yeah, we'll try and tweak some synchronized strikes in the next fight on these smogs, which should be good. Yeah, campaign's going well. Everything going as planned. Literally the only thing that can slow the campaign's roll at this point is a harvester. The harvester would take out a few of our survivors, which would be suboptimal. We're taking out all our best. Yeah, so this one's quite funny, Ms. Kale. This is a settlement where we're playing with every survivor is going to take an instrument out on the hunt. Instruments are considered quite poor in the game for a couple of reasons, but there is actually quite a few reasons to take them that have come out in the game, but they usually don't outweigh the negatives that you can suffer. It's a potentially bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. So most people push you away from doing it. They'll say, don't do instruments. So we're going to do instruments on everyone all of the time. And that's just going to be a really nice time. If we go level 2 smogs, we've got Path of the Pinged. What do we need to make that stupid thing? Taste, you're a dickhead. Oh, we got otherworldly luck. Do I take out some nuffies and just get rid of the path of the pinged? Or do I hunt level 1s? Yeah, just for fun. Just throw some guys out there, getting the band back together. Why not? Why not? I do want the extra resources so I can load up on Smoggo armor. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night. The thing's already scheduled, and then I'll be back Sunday morning to talk about the wonderful Miniature Masters experience. Please put your questions on that post on YouTube if you want to find out anything about the show. Such a cool time. Very excited to talk about it. I'll catch you all again on the morrow. I'll see you soon. Big Tell out.